All right, we are here today to talk about last night's action. AEW presents Full Gear 2020, last pay-per-view of the year. I've got everything lined up here in order. So overall, you liked the show last night, correct?
I thought it was compared to last pay per view they had. It was unbelievable, fantastic.
We started with the pregame, and QT. I like QT Marshall. I really do. He brought out his gang, which was Nick Camarado, who, if you notice, shaved his body. Aaron Solo, Shotty Lee Johnson, Cole Carter. I know none of them except the hairy dude. And they fought Orange Cassidy, Rocky Romero, Trent, and Chuck, the best friends. And then what was really dumb is they had the mystery partner that everybody knew it was Danhausen.
Yeah,
And what'd you think of that match? What'd you think of Danhausen when Hausen finally came down? He was more evil Danhausen. I know it's a gimmick you don't really get into.
as far as the match, it was a great match for an opening match, a warm up match. They didn't do all these crazy, stupid flips and all this dumb shit. Uh, I actually liked when they would do the friend hug in the middle, and then the factory even did it. That was like a warm up. It was a perfect warm up match for a good event. That's what I got to say about that.
I love the spot, and you can't see me, but Cassidy, he was like doing this big wind up, like he's really gonna lay into QT, and he did it so many times QT just fainted. I
Yeah,
thought that was I like a good comic spot, and I thought that was the spot of the night of that match for me.
yeah. We even my girl liked that. We thought the match was an awesome opening match. It was perfect. Whoever booked it told them exactly how to do it, and they did it perfect. Nobody did any crazy spots. First match of the night. It was a good warm up, before the people got in their seats after they get their beer and their popcorn, whatever. It was a good match. It was real good.
What do you think of Danhausen actually doing moves?
I like that. It's about time that I've seen him do it. I didn't really know he could work, but I mean, he's over with the crowd. So, I mean, there's no getting around that.
I like that he uses teeth because he's explained it because teeth come from your mouth, so they're not really a foreign object. And I like that his spike was actually, it wasn't like the little Asiatic spike in the day. It was some big fucking giant railroads. I mean, it was funny, but he was actually a little more serious. But yeah, I did like that match. My son was super into it because he loves all those guys.
The match was great. Like I said, whoever sat down with them and went over that match with them did a great job because they didn't do too much. And that was the whole problem about that company is everybody tries to do too much.
What would you give that for a grade of like an A to a D?
Honestly, that I would give that a B, that match. And that's a high score because I felt that the psychology was great in it.
Now the next match was a close personal friend of mine, Brian Cage. Always good to see him on TV, and he fought your boy Ricky Starks, who should be a bad guy. Still say that. Uh, my opinion, it was an old school match. You know, Starks was supposed to be hurt. The baby face come from behind. What'd you think of that match? Part of the title eliminator tournament they're doing. To
I
me,
thought the match was good. I just thought the wrong person went over. I thought that Brian Cage should have won that match. I don't understand why they don't push this guy. I don't get it.
young monster, agile, can work. Saddled with a dumb manager, in my opinion.
I don't understand it. That was one of the that was pretty much the only match that I was just like, ugh. Like I didn't like the finish. I just didn't think that. I thought Brian Cage should have went over in that match. That's my opinion.
Do you like Ricky as a good guy?
Yeah, he's a good guy and he could work good, but I just think Brian could work better. You know what I mean? And you could do so much more with Brian. Uh, I don't know what's up with that manager thing. I don't. Like I told you before, I never even knew that. I don't even know who that person is.
Were you grading that match?
I'd give that match a C. It was a good match. Don't get me wrong. I just think the wrong person went over. That's my opinion.
I like that they had Ethan Page, who I do like. He was on commentary because he's going to fight now Starks. But when fucking Ricky got smashed and Shivani was like, he's hurt. And Ethan Page was like, good, I'm glad. I did like
Yeah.
that because
Well,
usually I'm
because
not used to him talking.
he's got to wrestle whoever wins the match. So of course, whoever gets beat the most in it, you want to work against that person. I mean, that's psychology of it. But the match was good because they both are good workers. I just think the wrong person went over. I don't know why they're not. I mean, Brian should be in that clique with Warlow, uh, Samoa Joe, uh, Hobbs. Those big guys. I mean, he belongs in there with those guys.
And he can work circles around all of them. Well, maybe not Joe, but he can sure work circles around Wardlow and Hobbs.
I mean, I used to watch Brian in Lucha Libre. What was that called? Lucha
Lucha
Underground.
Underground.
Yes,
It was
and
awesome.
he was awesome. So I mean, I don't understand. They're not. I mean, I don't know if they signed him to a deal or not, but they're not getting their money's worth. Put it that way. I mean, they could be getting so much more out of him. They could put a strap on him. He can hold the belt, man. You know what I mean? Easily.
I think the one we're going to disagree on, the last match of the opening was Eddie Kingston against Yoon Akiyama. I have no idea who the fuck that old guy looked like a potato was. Two out of shape guys hitting each other stiff for 10 minutes. That's I didn't care for the match, but crowd was into it, and you as a wrestler, you said you really liked it too.
It was a Japanese match. I mean, it was a stone all Jap match, pretty much. That's what it was, and that's what Eddie wanted to do. Uh, they beat the shit out of each other. You can't say they didn't work hard.
They
You know,
weren't
the
very
match was
stiff.
good. The match was real good. And Eddie went over. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
So I'm happy about that. Yes.
I did like at the end because it was the last match on the pregame, which you could have watched on like YouTube for free or fighting all that. Eddie was like, "You like this match? We also gonna have MJ Mox kicking the shit out of MJ." And I said, "It's 7:55. Buy the goddamn pay per view." I like that. That was a very good way to plug it at the end instead of that whole usual, "Oh, fans, what a match we got tonight." I did like that. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, because usually it's hard for us to stay up and watch the whole show. You know what I mean? But we ended up making it through, and it was good. I mean, like I said, from start to beginning,
What would you grade Eddie's match?
solid B, easy.